this true that when Sabbath first started, you thought it'd last 2 records?
I didn't even think, I thought maybe 1, maybe 2. I mean, I remember when all I was my mother used to go to me, when are you going to quit this stupid thing of yours and get a real job? I mean, this is a joke. I looked on being in a band in the beginning as the only way of getting out of the drudgery of my town, Birmingham, and travelling around the country, because I'd never been out of Birmingham much in my life. And then we made a record in 12 hours, and then I went home to my mum and dad and said, look, I made a record. So he said it's all been worth it, you know, and they all sat round the radiogram and listened to my first record. And then when the bells and the rain started on the first Black Sabbath, I remember my father turning around to me and saying, son, are you sure you're just drinking alcohol? And I says, well, yeah, what's the matter with you? What's all this? We all expected a good old knees-up song, you know. And so then shortly after that, I was in a club, and the manager at the time, a guy by the name of Jim Simpson, comes to me in this club, and he goes, your album, I've got some good news to tell you, your album's entered the British charts at number 17. I says, get lost. He said, no, I'm telling you, I've got the news today. But that night, I stayed up all night waiting for the mail shop to open, the news agents to open, so I could go to the newspaper with it. And there it was. I was like, oh, I want my mum. And I said, Mum, we've made the charts. And she went, what? And from then on, I've never looked back.
Do you pride yourself on being an outrageous kind of character?
No, it's just rock and roll. It's an outrageous business. Rock and roll is fun. People take Ozzy Osbourne as being a Satan worshipper, which I'm not, you know, of course. But it's like, it's just a lot of fun, you know. People, I don't know, people, when anyone's having fun, there's always someone there to say, it's wrong. You know, what's wrong in having fun? And I like to give as much fun to people as possible. And if I'm being outrageous, and by being outrageous, it's giving people an uplift for the day, well, it's great, you know.
Is it still as much fun for you as it used to be?
Oh, yeah, but it's more fun now than it ever has been. At least now I'm in the driver's seat, whereas when I was with Black Sabbath, I was just a member of a band where, you know, now I can make decisions and I can put a bit of excitement into my life. I'm glad that my form of music, or whatever they call my form of music this week, is metal, thrash, death, whatever they want to call it, or good, or what I start calling it, some positive for a change, you know. I mean, I choose to call it Ozzy music because there's only one Ozzy, and it's so difficult to break that expectation, what people expect of you, you know, that persona, what people don't think that. It's amazing that people come around to my house, this house that I'm just selling out here, and the other day somebody came in and I go, this is Ozzy Osbourne's house. I had no idea that I expected to see something totally different to this, you know. They don't realise that I'm a normal person, you know. That I have a very conservative wife, that my children go to a Christian school, that I don't go out much anymore, you know.
You know what's funny is you say kids in the line. I would think 2, sometimes 3 generations of people.
Well, let's say kids, people then, you know. I just say, I mean, when I get on stage, it's just an ocean of people, and I go, oh, he's 42, he's 17, he's 41, he's 23. I don't care. It's just faces, and they're all my kids. They're all, I mean, I'm nearly 50, and I often think to myself, how does a guy of 50 supposed to react?
Well, you can hear the response when you're on stage. You can hear the cheering. You can hear the applause. What can you feel? Can you feel love? Can you feel?
It's all I can say is, you know, I've had various things happen to me in my life, good and bad, both ends of the scale, but the feeling I get when it's going as it should be on stage is the feeling of the greatest love affair that I've ever had in my life. It's better than any woman, any drug, any alcohol, any movie, any feeling. It's like a feeling that you cannot. That's why we keep, you know, people say, oh, don't you think you're getting on a bit now, you should retire. I don't want to let go of that feeling, that emotion, which only we in the entertainment business who actually get out there and get among. Because I'm not one of these guys that goes like, you know, do all this drama crap on stage. I get in the audience, you know, and I've often said this, that I would gladly pay to see that audience like they paid to see me. I would.
You've just come up with this.
Yeah.
The Ozzman Cometh.
This is the Ozzman Cometh. It's my greatest hits, folks.
2 CDs.
Which which is really a pun, really, because I don't write hit singles. I write albums, and so it should have been like 7 or 12 albums. Because I mean, how can I honestly ask me to sit down and say, Ozzy, we need 14 songs or whatever songs they want on the album? How can I possibly pick them out? So I made a list.
Well, especially there's the obvious commercial songs. There's your favorites, fan favorites.
But so I know that there's going to be people out there that are going to go, oh, I wouldn't have picked that list. And so when technology gets to the situation that you can phone in and say, I want this track, that track, and this track, and that track on my greatest hits. Because everybody's got their own, I mean, everyone's got their own list of what they feel is their favourite Ozzy songs, if you like Ozzy, that is.
Next year marks, I think, 30 years in the business for you, and 50th anniversary, or 50th birthday. Do you plan on marking it somehow?
No, I don't know, but no doubt there'll be something sprung onto me, because, I mean, I know a lot of people that like go, I'm getting to 50, oh, pull the brakes, and you know what, I'm real happy that I made it this far, you know. I mean, I could drop down dead tomorrow, but I've had a blast, man. And I don't feel it's over by any measures. I don't feel it's over. I mean, sometimes when you lock yourself in your little hotel room or wherever you're staying, you think the world's passing you by, then you suddenly do an in-store appearance like I did the other night, and you go, it's got charges your batteries back up again, it gets you going again. You think that there is life, you know. Because I never go out anymore. I don't go to bars or clubs. I just stay in my room watching TV or reading books or working out, exercising. And so I don't know what the world's... I mean, I don't even know what's in the charts. I don't know I mean, look at these boots. I mean, this is what they're all wearing now, you know. It's like extra clothes from an old Flash Gordon movie.
Thank you very much.
All
Thank
right,
you.
God bless.